What is going on, everybody? It is Mondo back again with the Barroom Boys. We finally made it back. Well, two of the three Barroom Boys made it back. We got Gary filling in for Beav today on this episode. Gary hasn't slept in forever. I don't know why. Hod, how are you doing? I feel like we haven't talked to you in a long time. What's up?
Not doing too bad. Just busy with work. It's kind of getting warm outside, so that's kind of nice. It was like 70 today, which is a shocker. But otherwise, yeah, just busy with work. Same old, same old.
Very nice. Gary, how
What
are
up? What
you?
up? I'm chilling. Yeah, I didn't get any sleep last night. That's why my eyes look so low. Just really tired. But basically had a rest day today. Just got back from vacation. My face is fucking peeling, which sucks balls. And my scalp is really burnt right now too, so I have to take cold showers. Um, but yeah, that's that was my day.
Nice. How was spring break?
It was really fun, bro. It was a great time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I had one of those, even though I have one next week, but I'm going cold, so.
Yeah, Hod, you won't be with us next week. Now, why is that?
Yeah, I'm going out west to Colorado, some of the friends to ski, shred it up for a couple days, watch some March Madness games, drink a lot, the usual.
We're gonna miss you. That's for damn sure. But boys, I'm gonna be honest. We don't have much to talk about today. It's one of those slow episodes. Unbettable already covered a lot of the free agency stuff, which is probably the biggest news of the week. We don't have anything to talk about March Madness wise. I mean, the smaller tournaments are wrapping up, but we won't really discuss it until next week when the bracket comes out. So we're
Mhm.
kind of in this little lull period here. But two stories have broken today, both NFL QB related. Let's go ahead and let's start with Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers once again in the news. I know, shocker here, right? He's such a quiet guy. Saying that the Sandy Hook thing was a government conspiracy and that the kids were crisis actors. Legitimately, like that was what was quoted in an article today. And he allegedly took it back like a couple hours, if not an hour ago, maybe, saying that it was a national tragedy and he felt horrible. What a fucking muppet, bro. Like, what is this guy do? I get he likes to be different, but at the end of the day, what makes you think that as someone who has such a large influence on the population, like, that's the right thing to talk about? And that's the right thing to fucking say. Hod, I really want to hear your take as our local Connecticut executive.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, I guess for those that don't know, I live the town over from Sandy Hook. My old house can throw basically a rock in my backyard and you'd be in Sandy Hook. But now I probably live 5 minutes away. Um, yeah, it's just like I don't get what the hell he's on. Like, obviously, like it happened. I knew families that were personally affected by it, and I'm still in touch with families that were affected and lost a loved one, which sucks. Um, but yeah, just to come out and say that, especially now, like moving to like the New England and slash Northeast area and being like a quarterback for the Jets and coming out and saying that when a lot of the supporters are I mean, my like Connecticut's kind of split between Patriots, Giants, and Jets fans for the most part. Then you have like the obvious like random team fans that have no correlation. But I know a lot of Jets fans. Some of my friends are Jets fans, and in the group chat today, we're talking about it, and it's just like, bro, like, come on. But I mean, although I don't have too much else on it, I just think he's an idiot. That's about it, really.
Gary, you and Rogers share a lot of the same hobbies. What's your takeaway from this situation?
First of all, I want to clarify that is none of the negative hobbies, such as spreading this false bullshit around. But I think he's fucking weird. Obviously, he's done the things in the past where he sits in the dark or does, like toad venom and shit like that. He's obviously just a weird dude. But for like him to go out and say that this was like a farce and that this never happened, and then like retract your statement once everybody and their mother finds out that you're gonna be Robert F. Kennedy's running mate. I think it's just corny as fuck. Like I don't really understand it, and the media definitely took the opportunity to like really just ruin the way people look at this man. Every news outlet in America was talking about this shit today. And I hope he just feels like a dumbass. Like it's horrible to like say that a tragedy was just like fake, and then B, like to be such a prominent figure like in that area now, and then go against something that like even Hod was saying he was, knows people that are like affected by the shit. Like it's just not funny. And like even if it is for like clout or whatever, like that's just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Rodgers just needs to learn when to shut the fuck up. I mean, it's getting to the point where he's just becoming one of the most hated people in America.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's not focused on football. He's just focused on fucking around, making a name for himself, saying the dumbest shit possible. Like at this point, I don't know what else he could announce that would shock me. I just think he's a fucking moron at the end of the day. And I've kind of lost all respect for him. He's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I sit on Aaron Rodgers at this point. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that kind of share the same sentiment as me, I would assume, especially after today. But another quarterback out there that's causing some waves is Mr. Dak Prescott. Now, it's not because his teammates hate him and the locker room hates him and the families of the players hate him and he shouldn't be a Cowboys quarterback. No, 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 no. It's because there is a alleged sexual assault that happened back in 2017 inside the SUV of a woman. Uh, we got another one down, boys. Another one falls to the SA alleys. I mean, I don't really know what to do from here without getting us into legal trouble. Um, but yeah, I mean, keep your cock in your pants. It's not that fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's really not.
What is the woman suing for, like 100 million, right? Or something like that, I
Some
saw.
shit like that, bro.
I just love how every SA allegation comes up like 7, 8, 10 years later than it when it happened.
1 million. Oh
Oh,
wait, no, 100 million. Yeah,
yeah, that's what,
I
yeah,
think Prescott's countersuing
that makes sense. I mean,
for 1 million.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a bad look. Do I think it happened? Probably something happened, but I don't think it was sexual assault. I don't, no one knows all the facts. It's literally a woman's word versus a man's word. Um, But yeah, it just seems to happen to like every single popular athlete in our like generation nowadays, besides like I guess like LeBron hasn't really had one or people like that. But it's just becoming so popular that it's just like every day you almost get an alert about it. And it's like, oh, it's Tyreek Hill, oh, it's Dak. So it's tough, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Probably didn't do it, even though I hate
Oh shit. We just got a massive article that just dropped. Swimmers and other athletes sue NCAA over transgender policies. Um,
Can you elaborate more on that?
Former Kentucky swimmer Riley Gaines was among more than a dozen college athletes who filed a lawsuit against the NCAA on Thursday, accusing it of violating the Title IX rights by allowing Leah Thomas to compete at the national championships in 2022. Um, I, I don't know if I should tread lightly on this or not. I don't know. We may have to cut it, but Leah Thomas should not be anywhere near women's sports at all. This is the dumbest fucking story ever. And I love the fact that everyone is finally standing up to it because it's a bunch of horse shit, just purely based off genetics, that you're going to have a former male compete in something that's physically demanding and requires a lot of physical differences in a different sport. That to me does not make sense, and it's essentially the same thing as a performance enhancing drug, right? It's just blatant fucking cheating. It's horse shit. Leah Thomas was like the 202nd best male swimmer in when competed in the male side. Now number one. That's a bunch of horse shit to me. I'm glad they're standing up to it. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember like when I was in class last semester, this was something we talked about in our ethics course. Like, do you think it's ethically right that like transgender people can participate in, their desired gender sport? And the short answer is no, bro. Like when Leah joined the league, she was beating the fastest swimmer on her slowest time by at least a second.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't tell you something right there, like then I straight up don't know what to tell you. Like this person can claim they're on hormone blockers, they can like claim they're doing all this to be their best version of their desired gender, whatever. Physically, it is not correct. Like it's not correct. It's like, okay, should we let transgender people fucking weightlift with the opposite sex? Like, it just does not make sense. It doesn't. I mean, and I can argue this all day. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, it's just such a tough time now because we're in such like the beginning phases of it and like just seeing like kind of the whole transitioning from one sport or I guess one side to I guess the other side. Um, but it's like if you put like say like a 6'10" basketball player doesn't make the NBA but was a good college player, she could just say like, "Oh, I'm a woman now," and then just go play in the WNBA and be the best player. Like that's to the point where I think it's kind of bullshit. But at the same time, like they should have something for the other, like for the people that are transgender, but they shouldn't be allowed to compete with just normal, like I guess straight male or females or
Just make a fucking co-ed leagues then at that
yeah,
point.
exactly. Or make like a competition where it's like they don't there's no competitive edge where it's other males that transition to females or females that transition to males and have them go against each other because at least that's more realistic and there's no kind of edge. It's the same level rather than just someone either getting dominated or dominating a single sport just because of their transitioning.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if it were something like chess or video games or some shit like that where
Yeah.
physicality does not matter at all, fuck it. I don't care. But when you have a physical difference like that and you're trying to take over women's sports at a time where women's sports is finally starting to get that attention that they deserve,
Yeah.
and you're seeing it in college basketball, WNBA soon, like it's constantly building up at this point. And now you have someone like Leah Thomas coming in, ruining the sport, ruining any chances for other women. Like that to me is just a bunch of horse shit. I
Yeah.
stand by all the women suing the NCAA. This is fucking incredible. And god damn it, it was long overdue. Set
Yeah.
the fucking boundary.
It's going to be
Set
interesting to see what happens, especially because this is an Olympics year, to see what happens with like Olympic selections and any of the people who are transgenders that want to represent their company or country actually get picked. Because obviously, like we're Team USA, we're going to root for Team USA. So it's like if that happens, it's like, what do? We know we're kind of gonna win, but at what like cost almost? Like it's not really fair. It's almost yeah, like Mondo, you were saying, it's almost like taking a performance enhancing drug without
Mhm.
taking PEDs. So
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know what, Gary? Leave this shit in.
know.
I know we avoid political stuff, but this isn't political. This is a pure stick it to a moment in sports, and I fucking love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, it's not political at all, in my opinion. I think it's just athletes who have competed in sport before recognize how unfair it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if I don't even need to make another example. Like, if you've played a sport that involves physicality, like, that there is some competitive edge whenever you are a male. Like, it's just that's how it is. Granted, there are girls out there that I could kick my ass at any sport they wanted to,
Oh
but
yeah.
at like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like at the end, like, I think it's like most comparable to almost an elementary school physicality level, because at that level nobody is really outshining the others, but you can tell who is more strong, and typically it was the boys. Like, everybody's at the same level. You go to college, everybody has the same experience, the same level, yet the boys are still out competing them in some way, shape, or form. So it's like, I don't know. It's been proven ever since we were little kids. Like, why do we need to fuck around
Yeah.
with each other when we're 20 years old? It just makes no sense.
Especially in the NCAA, because like, how do you go about like recruiting someone that's transitioning, or like what does that process look like? Do you recruit them as what they originally were or what they are becoming and transitioning into? Like how it influences, like, okay, take a swimmer. If a swimmer is a male and then he's getting offers from like D3 or low D1, but then all of a sudden transitions to becoming a female and wants to compete in female swimming, the top schools are going to be coming after him if they're because the times aren't changing, their swimming times aren't changing. If anything, they're only getting better, and chances are they're higher than a lot of the other girls that are being looked at. So it's just a tough gray area because it's so new to like everything in terms of sports. But hopefully they just make like a solid line and like a boundary where it's like, okay, this is the rules and regulations soon. Because it could
Yeah.
get out of hand quickly.
And if anyone protests this, they need to shut the fuck up. They really do. I mean, we're at a time, like I was saying, in women's sports where, they're building up. Women's sports is awesome to watch now. I love watching women's college basketball. And I can't wait till that gets to the WNBA. It's going to be fucking awesome.
The women's
I
Final Four this year
cannot
would
wait.
be crazy.
Dude, the amount of teams that are like possibly matched up in the Final Four this year, I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
And now you are entering this caveat where the losers of the men's side are just swapping sides and thinking that's just going to fly. No, it shouldn't fly. Thank God it's finally not fucking flying. And fuck the NCAA for letting it fly anyway.
Yeah.
They should be more on top of their shit. I mean, this is, again, it's one of those points proven. The NCAA is a moronic fucking organization, and they don't know what the hell they're doing, and they don't deserve to have the power of college sports. They don't. At the end of the day, it's fucking terrible what they do to every college athlete. I'm sick of it, and I'm glad we got the girls standing up for it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And honest to God, thank you also, because this was about to be a short fucking episode and we just got something to talk about for a few minutes.
Well, did you guys see the other college news today
No, what?
that came out that they are in 24 hours approving now a 14-team college football
Oh,
playoff?
yeah, for 2026, right?
Yep. So right after they do all this work to
Interesting.
get the 12 team in, and everyone's so excited for that, they get 2 years of the 12 man and move it up to 14 with the top two teams getting a bye.
Now let's think of who that might be. I assume Penn State is somewhere involved in this. they gotta be, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I think the main reason is to give more teams, like, I guess in recent years, like Liberty, who was like a 12 seed, and like the two lanes, like the smaller schools where it's just they can't compete with an Ohio State who's a
yeah.
10 seed, or like a big, like even a Penn State. But with the 14 teams, it allows for like one of the small, like mid-major schools kind of
Mhm.
to get a spot, which is honestly great. It's good for those types of schools. and it'll be more entertaining to watch, obviously, like more college football games, like why the hell not? But I just found it so funny how they put all this work in for the 12 team. They're like, you know what? Now that's the years being enacted. Let's just switch it to 14 real quick.
I mean, at that point, just do the top 20, and then it's like the first 5 out.
Yeah.
Where like the top 20 and 25, like that would make sense at this point if you're just gonna keep going up with it.
Yeah. Like if anything from 14, just do it 16.
This
Like
motherfucker, bro. What are you doing?
It's our spring break group chat, and we were like sending pictures in, and there were some funny pictures being shown.
yeah, I also saw
Bruh.
like the whole 14 format was basically kind of to model the NFL format of how 14 teams make it in, but that makes zero sense because there aren't divisions or size or anything. It's literally just basically a straight used on record and who you play against. So, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So, when I was reading that article, I basically threw all the validity away from that. But yeah,
It's all right. I mean, at the end of the day, they keep going with it. Like I'm cool with it. I don't think it should get any higher than a 20 team ever.
no.
Because at that point, it's just way too dangerous.
I thought 12
Um,
was perfect, and I was so excited for 12, but now it's
yeah,
14. So I guess
I don't know.
I'm not. My excitement's still the same level. It's just two more teams. If I went to like a mid-major school, I think it would have a lot more effect on me, and I'd be more excited just because chances are, if you're a good mid-major school and like undefeated, then you'll probably get in.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean,
Oh man.
so
I'm just glad that we don't have to debate like a top 4 team anymore.
yeah,
Because no one's gonna want to debate the 12 seed, let alone a 14 seed.
yeah.
So it's like, thank God I'm done with it until the Gators get inevitably screwed by it. And
Well,
then I'm gonna
honestly,
be
like
pissed.
thinking about it now, like trying to go back at least in like recent times, I feel like this year was like the only real debate for like the fourth team being like viable. I feel like in other years, like yeah, there was a debate, but like this year's was a lot more clear cut and like any of the you could see any of these teams getting in. So,
Dude, what is wrong with you?
My tongue is blue because I'm drinking a Slurpee.
all right, bro.
We have like 20 minutes left. Can you lock in for 20 minutes?
I'm just listening.
Your segment's up now. Take it away.
Oh, the first the first major of the year is underway with the
Not a
players.
major.
The players is a major now.
No, you're a golf
All
guy.
right, golf
It's me.
segment over. Let's
Dude, I
go.
swear the players is a major.
Do you?
Oh, you're no
I thought
beef.
you
We
knew
gotta get rid
golf.
of
I thought
you.
you, bruh. The majors are the Masters, the U.S. Open, the
Yeah.
Open, and the PGA Championship. It's four.
I
The
don't even
Players is
follow
like
golf
considered the
that
fifth.
close, and I know that. Like, all right, your segment's done. We're going to fucking draft.
I mean, I guess I'll cover it because I guess I know more about golf than Gary does, even though he played
Take it
it.
away, Han. I mean, that was
Yeah, the
pitiful.
first round of the players, the fifth major was today. There was a hole in one on 17, which was electric by a guy I've never heard of, but good for him. I think his name was Ryan Fox. And it's a good leaderboard. I know. I think tied for the lead right now is Rory, Xander Schauffele, and Wyndham Clark at 7 under. And you got guys like Scotty Scheffler, Matt Fitzpatrick, like Max Homa, like all within like three. I mean, well, obviously it's only Thursday, so there's a lot of golf left to be played, but it's shaping out to be a good one. So I'll be tuning in
Yeah.
on the weekend for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have boots on the ground there. My manager's going, so I'm gonna keep in touch with him, see how he likes it.
Nice.
Because this is America's fifth major. So at the end of the day, we gotta enjoy it while we can, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Gary, you said that like last week, and I just let it fly like right over my head, and I was like, "That's not right," but I'm just gonna let him run with it
I don't know
because
why I always thought that. I don't like that's not just something I missed. Like, obviously, I said it twice, so I really believed it. Like,
Yeah.
That's so weird. I don't know why I always thought that.
Yeah, no, the first major of the year is always the Masters, which is coming up in less than a month. But it's always Masters is always the first major, and the PGA Championship's always the last major.
Yeah.
Maybe the only time it changed was the COVID year, but that's always been the tradition.
Fuck.
Do you know what we should do for the draft today?
What?
We should attach the one where I was at the bar, the NFL stadium one, because that did not get used. Nobody sent their shit to Gary.
Yeah, we did.
Did you, Gary? Did you get those?
What?
The recordings from last Thursday?
I don't know.
Did you check?
No.
Okay, well there we go. Like that's the
Freeman and I both sent them in, so I mean that's like we
our
both.
social media manager just dabbling into the bad stuff lately. Lock it in, dude.
Yeah,
We
I just last week was rough for me. I had spring break on my mind, and that's on me. But
Unacceptable. Unacceptable, Gary. Get your shit together. We can't have this. And you need a tan, bro. You looking pale over
I
there.
have a fucking tan. It's because I got this bright ass fucking light on me, bro.
Does
Look
it
at this.
change colors?
Fucking.
Like my light changes colors. Oh god.
That's pretty fucking cool.
All right.
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Off the rails.
Insert draft here.
And we're back, and we're joined by special guest. Yep, you guessed it. It's Johnny Mondo. He's back. He's at his event, and yeah, he's coming in to do the draft.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know how dedicated I am to the cause. I'm mid drinks post event. Everyone important in the company is here, and I'm on this call doing the fantasy draft with the boys. I mean, I can't think of a better way to do it.
By the way, the consummate professional.
All right.
Ultimate. I may have to have our president give a pick or two, but we'll see.
All right. Well, for those who don't know, it is the best NFL stadiums draft today. So I guess the only thing left to do is Rochambeau. So,
All right.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Well, Mondo lost, so it's between me and Beav. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, Beav.
hit him with the double paper for those who are listening on Spotify. Always
Nice.
a go-to. All right, I'll go first, and then I'll go Hod and Mondo because he's the only one that's out.
Yep.
So first pick, I mean, this is probably a pretty easy pick. It's like, when you think of the classic, college basketball stadium, you think the Allen Fieldhouse, you think of baseball, you think of Fenway, Wrigley. When you think of football, you think of Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra, Green Bay, the history. Somehow they always have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Most of the time they have the best quarterback in the league. It's
Yep.
not fair. It's just not fair. Green Bay has the history that it does. Makes no sense, but they do.
Yep.
Lambeau Field, Vince Lombardi, everything that comes with it. Yeah, give me Lambeau Field.
Yeah, that was, I feel like, the unanimous #1 pick. Now this pick I can go kind of a different routes, but I don't know what kind of one I want to go for. But I think I'm gonna go. I mean they just won the Super Bowl, but their stadium is sick. I'm gonna take Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Was it the loudest recorded stadium ever?
What,
So
for the Taylor Swift concert?
yeah. For Jackson Mahomes' TikToks. All right. Mondo, you're up. You're muted.
I'm muted. Thank God. I was having some weird combos. I'm gonna do US Bank Stadium, home of the Vikings. Unreal looking shape. I mean, just an incredible stadium. I feel like it's kind of the first of the new age stadiums.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm also going to do SoFi. I have
Yep.
the biggest video board in existence of any stadium ever, just anything ever. Biggest LED screen. So I think those will be my two picks, and I'll throw it back to you, Rod.
Good picks. My next pick, I'm going to take well, I guess the name is kind of what's the name now of the new I mean, we talked about Russell Wilson so much this episode. I should know what field he used to play on.
Formerly CenturyLink.
Yep, now it is Empower Field at Mile High.
Oh, I thought it was like Lumen Field.
Lumen, Seattle. But I'm taking Denver.
Oh yeah, you
Mile High, Empower Field.
good pick.
So,
Mile High Stadium, good history. That's an old stadium, you know.
yeah.
All right. I am gonna. This is tough. Yeah, I mean, Mondo, you said U.S. Bank was kind of the first of the new age stadiums. I'm gonna have to disagree, and I don't even know which is older to be honest, but I think this one's older. I'm gonna take Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
Um, as an NFL stadium, I mean, the team that plays in it isn't that great. They had a great year in 2015, which just they had the stadium for then. It was probably, brand spanking new then. But, yeah, I mean, it's colossal. It's futuristic. It looks crazy. Inside is beautiful. It hosts the biggest events in the world, national championships, college football playoffs, concerts, and then the Atlanta Falcons sometimes as well, eight times a year. Um, yeah, gotta go with Mercedes Benz. I'm a little biased because I can see it from out of my window.
That's pretty
See it a
dope.
lot, but
I mean, weird flex. I think it's also a negative because Portnoy is banned from that, and so is all of Barstool.
Mhm.
That hurts the credibility a little bit.
so that means that it also had a legendary Justin Timberlake performance.
Yeah. I mean, that stadium is really nice. I went there in 2019, I believe it was, when Florida beat Michigan in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So
I
that was
remember that
pretty
game.
dope. I think that was like its opening year too. That stadium was sick.
Yeah, it is nice.
Oh
I,
boy, the fountain just started, and that's
Nice.
still wild.
Viv, you got back to back. So
oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, I'm just gonna snag this because I had said two different names of it already, so I might as well just snag it. I'm gonna go with CenturyLink Field, now known as Lumen Field.
yeah.
It's not the oldest stadium in the world, but it has history
Oh
because it's
yeah.
the home of the Legion of Boom, known as
Well,
like the loudest stadium in the world. They had MLS soccer there, the Seattle
yeah.
Sound with a rabid fan base. Like that was pretty much America's first introduction to how crazy football can be, soccer in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
I don't think the Sounders are too hot these days because I haven't
Yeah.
heard anything about them. But Seahawks and Russell Wilson rocked it. Legion of Boom rocked it. Still Seattle. Geno Smith is rocking it now. Actually,
Yep.
Geno Smith and Drew Lock are rocking it now. So I'm gonna go with CenturyLink Field.
Nice.
Lumen Field. Sorry.
Yeah. With my next pick, I'm already throwing up wanting to pick this, but I feel like I have to take Jerry World and AT&T Stadium. I mean, it's such a cool stadium. It's just a shame that it's the Cowboys Stadium, essentially, is what I'm getting to.
It's a damn shame.
But
Very
yeah,
well.
that was the first. I feel like Jerry World was
You
the
are the
first.
best. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're right. AT&T was the first. We keep saying it, but that was truly the first.
Yeah. So, all right, Mondo, you got back to back right here.
Oh, do I? Well, let's go to the place that just hosted the Super Bowl. Absolutely incredible facility known as Allegiant Stadium. I don't think it gets much nicer when it comes to the game of football. They have the largest 3D printed object in the world in their
Yep.
torch. Shitty football team plays there, but it's just an absolutely incredible place to look at. So I'm gonna go there. And frankly, I was gonna pick Jerry World, so fuck you, Hod.
Thank you.
All right, you know what? I'd be remiss if I overlooked the upgrades. Oh fuck. To this stadium. And that is the Hard Rock Stadium, Dolphin Stadium, whatever you want to call it. I'd be pissed at myself if I never took it. I mean, it is an incredible stadium. The main drawback is that it was hot. Now none of the fans have to worry about it. Everything is nice there. The concessions, the fan base, the stores, you name it. It is an all-time field. And it's the home to many Super Bowls, as we learned in our Super Bowl trivia matchup.
Yeah.
So that is the one I'm going to go with. Thank you.
Yeah.
Most Super Bowl hosts as a host site without
Yeah.
their team ever playing in a Super Bowl.
Well, let's
Yeah.
relax. I mean, we do have 2 Super Bowl wins. I mean, I know it's not a lot compared to this call, but you know, we are currently the best team that is on this call. So
Mhm.
let's relax here.
Hey, we're all 0-0 right now, so
Mentally, I'm 1-0. I think that's the alcohol, though.
with my next pick, well, I guess Hard Rock is official, I guess, the home of the Super Bowl or the most Super Bowls. I'm going to take the recent home of the NFL Combine, and that is Lucas Oil Stadium. Another
Okay.
stadium that I've been to once before, and it is actually beautiful. It has a lot of history with Peyton Place. Yeah, it's just a cool stadium.
Were you there for football or basketball?
I was there for basketball.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Could
So.
you could you see, could you have a good view of the court, even though it's, half the size of an NFL field?
Yeah, I mean, we had level 100 seats,
Okay.
which were essentially like, it's like you're really good NFL seats where it was like average basketball seats because you have like, they had like floor seating and everything kind of too. But
Yeah.
it was cool. It's a cool spot to watch a game. I want to like go see a football game there because I feel like that would be it's obviously a football game, it's a lot better suited. But it's in a good spot.
I'm
Has a lot of
24.
Yeah.
I'm not
I think
that
you said you
young.
were there, like in Indiana basketball, right?
We did.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I saw. My sister goes there, so
Wow.
works perfectly.
All right.
I'm sorry,
My next
boys.
pick. I don't know. This is probably like a personal opinion of mine. It is a nice stadium, and it's probably not up top of anyone's list, but who knows? I'm gonna go with Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
I just think, it's relatively new. When it first opened, I was like, this stadium is beautiful. But like looking, in recent years, for a team like the 49ers, it kind of looks like they could have definitely gotten something better. It looks a little cheaply made, it's obviously
Yeah.
isn't, but it just structurally doesn't look the greatest.
Yep.
But it's still beautiful, and maybe it's I'm partial to the Seahawks, the Niners colors.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Levi Stadium. And then my last pick, rounding it out. Gosh. I'm gonna go with another classic stadium. We talk about the first of its kind, This was the first of
Yep.
its kind back in the day. You could say that about probably most stadiums, but this one's pretty ultimate. I'm gonna go with the Superdome in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good pick.
big flood guy, huh?
We've been in New Orleans. We know it's in an absolute dog shit area,
Yep.
but it's like an architectural
Oh.
specimen. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
let's relax, dude. We've only been to Bourbon Street. We haven't really seen where the dome is.
No, we saw it. I saw it. We saw
You
it
saw it.
in the bus. Yeah, in the bus.
Yeah.
Sure.
Drove right by it.
Oh, I mean, that means you guys weren't drinking enough. Let's be real.
We drove by it on the way to and from. You had to pass by it.
Yeah,
I didn't notice.
saw it with my eyes.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, with my last pick, I have to take a one-of-a-kind stadium. Did you guys know this stadium is the only stadium in NFL history that has a lighthouse?
Fuck.
And that is Gillette Stadium. Obviously, I'm gonna pick
Damn it.
the Patriots, but I have to go with the Lighthouse. It's the stadium I've been to the most, and it's actually a very beautiful stadium with Patriot Place just outside. Um, it's a lot of fun, obviously, if you're a Pats fan. The only thing I will say is parking sucks there, but otherwise, inside, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it seems like a really clean stadium.
It is, yeah, it is very clean.
Yeah, it's what you want.
Yeah. They just did a bunch of upgrades to it, including the lighthouse and a huge new projector screen and like basically a whole bunch of new suites. So sure, it's very nice.
Very
It's a good pick, Bob. It's gonna be my pick, so now I have to pivot. Let's go with the team with one of the most passionate fan bases across all four major sports. Definitely a top three most passionate fan base in the NFL. The home of Green January, Red October's special cousin. Let's go with Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, if you do like an aerial view, the stadium looks incredible. If you go there for games, I mean, nobody bleeds for their team more than Eagles fans. We see it constantly. So it feels like a no-brainer that should be picked on this.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, good pick. Interesting that you're speaking so highly of the Eagles fan base.
Yep.
I mean, I may or may not
Raymond's
have,
taking notes.
I may or may not have watched Jason Kelsey's presser. I'm like an honorary Eagles fan for like 2 hours. So
Nice. All right, to recap, Braverman took Lambeau Field, Mercedes-Benz, Lumen Field, Levi Stadium, and the Superdome. We have Arrowhead, Mile High, AT&T, Lucas Oil, and Gillette. Mondo has US Bank, SoFi, Allegiant, Hard Rock, and the Link. Anyone got some honorable mentions?
Yeah, I was thinking because I wrote down the picks too, and I was thinking when I was typing Lincoln Financial, like what do they call the Link? Is it Lincoln Financial or is it CenturyLink? I think they called them both the Link, right?
Yeah, they do.
sir,
All right.
I will not say no to him.
But yeah, I digress. I'm gonna go with honorable mention for historic purposes, even though they're thinking of moving. I don't think they should, but who knows? I'm gonna go with Soldier Field.
Yep, that was the one honorable mention off the gate that I had as well.
Great location, like prime location, right on the water,
Yeah.
in Chicago. I don't know why they would ever move.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Soldier Field and probably only let's just do one honorable mention for now.
Yeah. I want to give my honorable mention to, let's see. Trying to think. I have a couple in mind, but I'll leave it to one as well. I'm gonna shout out Ford Field in Detroit.
Yeah, give Ford Field some love.
I will. The upgrade, it's done, and the Lions season. It looks like a cool atmosphere to watch it in. But Mondo, what's your honorable mention?
It's all home of the 12th man. What is it? Lemon Field?
That
Lunar
was
Field?
Pyramid's
Whatever the
third
hell
round
it is.
pick.
Yeah, I already took that shit, bro.
All right, bro. My bad. My bad. Clearly, I'm not prepared, guys.
I just said 12th man. I thought you were gonna say fucking Kyle Field. That's the home of the 12th man.
Yeah.
Hmm. All the SUs are kind of ass, if we're being honest here.
Yeah.
I guess Arizona.
Yeah. They have a nice field.
Yeah.
Just to give you a fucking honorable mention.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another one just to shout him out because it's only other.
Before you do, I gotta go, boys. My phone's gonna die.
All
I
right,
will see you on the next episode.
All right.
that's it. I want to give another shout out to Heinz Field.
Yeah,
That
Heinz Field, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
Acrisure.
Yeah, whatever. I'm putting it on the graphic as Heinz Field because everyone knows it as Heinz Field.
I'm gonna shout out Raymond James because I've been there, and
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. You know, good place to watch a game. They have the pirate ship and whatnot, cannons going off.
Yeah.
Hosted a Super Bowl, so give
Yeah.
give Raymond James its love. Other than that, it really goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Talking MetLife, wherever the fuck the Browns play.
Yeah.
We skipped M&T Bank. I don't really know too much about the actual stadium, but it's always got good vibes.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, and then if we say any more, we'll pretty much run down the whole NFL. So I
Yeah.
think we'll leave it there.
Yeah. Solid episode, Braverman.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, share with everyone you know. We will have Beav back last week. Thank God. Unfortunately, Hodska will be out, which means we're stuck with Gary again. We will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
See ya.